March 15th. A strengthening plains cyclone and advancing cold front will drive today's primary aviation hazards from the Mississippi Valley into the Great Lakes and eastern United States. With strong winds, organized convection, and widespread turbulence expected along the frontal corridor. Crews operating through Memphis, Nashville, Chicago, and the Ohio Valley should anticipate a fast-moving squall line and significant wind fields tied to a tightening pressure gradient and strong low-level jet. The operational takeaway this morning is a classic early spring dynamic system. Strong synoptic forcing producing turbulence, convective disruption, and gusty crosswinds across major hub corridors today. Starting in the west, a broad ridge anchored along the Pacific coast keeps most California terminals, from San Diego through the Bay Area and up toward Seattle, generally VFR today. But the ridge is tightening the gradient across the interior west, so expect stronger west to southwest flow aloft and increasing mountain wave activity along the Cascades, Sierra, and into the northern Rockies with occasional moderate turbulence for aircraft crossing the terrain. Moving into the Rockies and Intermountain West, downsloping flow east of the divide is producing dry but increasingly windy conditions from Salt Lake City through Denver, with mountain wave turbulence likely along the Front Range and adjacent high plains as stronger mid-level winds translate across the terrain. The primary operational weather today develops across the plains and Mississippi Valley, where a deepening surface low lifting from Missouri toward the Great Lakes is tightening the pressure gradient and pulling a corridor of Gulf moisture northward ahead of a strong cold front. Expect widespread gusty southerly winds from Dallas-Fort Worth through Kansas City and into Chicago, with 40 to 50 knot low-level jet structure supporting turbulence, wind shear, and rapid convective development along the boundary this afternoon. As the cold front pushes east, a well-organized squall line is expected from Arkansas and western Tennessee north toward Illinois and Indiana, bringing embedded thunderstorms, heavy rain bursts, and strong outflow winds capable of producing significant arrival and departure disruptions at Memphis, Nashville, Louisville, and later the Chicago terminal area during the afternoon and evening push. Ahead of the front, the Ohio Valley and lower Great Lakes will sit under strengthening warm sector winds with increasing low-level shear and gusty surface flow that may mix down even outside of storms. So expect mechanical turbulence and shifting arrival spacing into Detroit, Cleveland, and Chicago. Across the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, conditions remain largely prefrontal for most of the day, with increasing mid and high clouds and strengthening southwest flow aloft, gradually lowering ceilings toward evening as the front approaches the Appalachians. Finally, in the southeast and Gulf Coast states, warm sector air spreading north from the Gulf supports scattered convection developing ahead of the front from Louisiana and Mississippi toward Alabama and the Florida Panhandle, where embedded storms and gusty winds may affect routing around New Orleans, Birmingham, and Atlanta later today. That's the National Aviation weather picture for today. If this briefing helps your flight planning, consider subscribing for the daily operational outlook. Have the best flight, and we'll see you tomorrow.